So Doug, how'd you get your garden so good? What were the steps you took to make it happen?
Alright, so we've been here for about 5 years, and we started as a lawn. This was the same grasses here, and the first year I used the walk behind rototiller just to make the beds, and that was the first and only time that we've used machinery to do anything. And then from there on out, it's just been a combination of using mulches and cover crops, and then hand tools to maintain the bed. So in here you'll see I've built these kind of islands, rectangles, and did that with a chopping hoe. And as I formed them, I put in cover crop seed. This was last fall. And so this is the cover crop. This is the rye and the vetch residue that was left over winter, and now is the mulch. And
So the first year, let's say year one, after you've been doing it for a year, was there a lot of improvement? How long did it take to?
It's taken a few years to get to a point. I've been learning more and more and using more cover crops, more mulches, which has made a difference dramatically in how the quality of the soil is maintained and the health of it is maintained. And the first few years I wasn't using a lot of mulch or anything, and I could really tell how the soil was staying compacted and drying out quick, and there was a lot of fluctuation. And
did you add a lot of amendments and do soil tests for those first few years?
Took soil tests the first few years, amended according to the deficiencies that the soil test showed.
Just for those first couple of years?
Just for those first couple of years. And so I got the minerals into the soil, and what this soil particularly lacks is the life, is the biology. There's a very low organic matter historically here in this soil, and so once I got those minerals in, I realized that in order for them to actually do anything, they needed the life, the biology, to make those minerals available to the plant. So the last few years I've been really working on that side, and the cover crops, the mulches, and the different teas as inoculants and biological stimulants have all been towards increasing the vitality of the life of the soil.
So let's see the soil.
So in these beds, so this is the mulch that the cover crops were in, and now you can see, just pulling back the mulch in this dark, these crumbles, as what all the bigger macroinvertebrate animals like the worms and the things are making, and just increasing the aggregation of the soil. So there's a lot of cover and shelter for those living things, which the mulch provides. And so that maintains the environment for the living things to feel comfortable and at home. And they stay there then, and then they're able to do that work of turning the minerals into actual food and energy for the plants. So this soil, now you can see just the depth that I'm able to just put my hand in, and this hasn't been tilled in months, and the soil is still wet even though it's been dry for the last week or so. It's still moist, and so this mulch, which came from a cover crop, so all of the roots and everything from the oats and the rye and the vetch have decomposed into the soil and become food sources and carbon for the biology to eat and stay and maintain. And now they're here, they're all in here, all of those living things, a diversity of them, and they're helping to now feed, support these plants, these tomato plants. And so all of it's working together. I haven't been using much amendments other than the teas that we make from comfrey and Japanese knotweed and different herbs, and all of those things are helping to inoculate the soil with biology, and then also to stimulate them. So that's what the molasses, the Epsom salts, the sea salt, all of those things are food sources for the living things. And then they stimulate the plant to photosynthesize more efficiently, turning more sunlight into sugars and putting that into the soil and feeding more of the life. So it's a cycle, it's a circle, and it's becoming more self-reliant. And I'm here doing this and just kind of trying to maintain that environment for the plants and the soil to kind of do what they're naturally able to do.
Do you use those teas regularly?
I do. Every couple weeks I'll spray the teas as a foliar spray, and then soil drenches, which is from the same things, which is just watering the plants with those teas as well throughout the season. So it's a process. It's been a process. It's by no means perfect, but it's definitely getting better, and I'm seeing that, and you know, the plants are reflecting that too, and just their stability, their health and vigor, and you know, in the end, the yield too from these plants is just getting more and more too, because they're healthier, so they're not getting sick, not getting stressed out, and it's all feeling pretty good. So on the process. Sure.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Doug.
You're welcome.